Greetings and welcome aboard to the Heavy Metal Truckers. We are your hosts. I'm Pincushion, that is Doppler, and that is Frosty. I almost switched that up. And in this video, we are reviewing. Almost fucked it up on the last one too.
You're doing good.
Yeah, we are reviewing and giving our thoughts on the latest album from Halestorm, Everest. Frosty, take it away. Doppler, take it away.
Whoever.
Boy.
I'll
go first.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you go first.
Someone.
I'll go first. This is going to be the quickest review I've got. Hailstorm, I got introduced to them back in high school. Right out of high school. So, 2010, 2009, somewhere around there. I wasn't the biggest fan of them way back when. And I really haven't kept up with them at all since then. There was a collab that Lizzie did with Daughtry, and they did freaking
Separate Ways.
They sang Separate Ways by Journey and made it kind of more. I don't want to list it as metal. I'd say more rock or hard rock.
They modernized.
And I enjoyed the collab. Yeah, I enjoyed that collab. It was nice, but other than that, I really haven't been a big follower of Halestorm. So let me say the album. I struggled to get through this album more than any that we've listened to, period, on this channel. It took everything in me to not press skip every song, every single song. I'm still a firm believer that her voice does not match the music that Halestorm plays whatsoever. If her voice would be a part of a different style of metal, then maybe it would work, but it just doesn't for me the way it is now. There was maybe one or two songs that I did hear on this album where her voice was working enough with the music, but other than that, it was just extremely difficult to listen to. I think there was one that even didn't sound much like metal to me, and I'm just what?
It's not honestly uncommon. Now, I will say, Halestorm is one of those bands that kind of hugs that edge between hard rock and metal.
They do.
But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And I mean, I would also like to say that Halestorm for me is one of those bands where it's either you like them or you dislike them. There's no in between whatsoever. And
I would
for
put
that,
me as an in between, but go ahead.
I was about to say, there's a lot of people in between than you realize.
Yeah, but anyway, go ahead. I'll get to all that when it's my turn. Go ahead.
I know. I know where you come from, dude. So,
yeah.
In my own personal opinion. But no, I mean, for that reason, this album, it was so difficult to freaking get through. I rated it as a 3. There was nothing better I could give it. Nothing better I could give it.
Yeah.
I mean, I gave it a 3 because there was maybe a track or two on here that I would willingly listen to again, but other than that, no, I'm sorry, I cannot. And that says a lot for me because Halestorm falls into my metal category of listening more than the other albums that we review. But yeah, no, I'm sorry. It's just not for me.
Whitechapel. Fuck.
Yeah.
I don't remember what he gave Whitechapel. I think it was around a 6, but I don't remember.
Dude.
No, I gave Whitechapel a 4.
Yeah, he gave Whitechapel a 4. I gave it about a 6, 6.5, somewhere around.
Yeah, you gave it a 6, 6.5, and I'm like, this did worse than Whitechapel? God.
Gave it a 4.
Way worse. Way worse. I'm sorry. I would rather go back and listen to the Whitechapel album.
But I'm just that. Wow.
Hey man, it was bound to happen that I had something pop up where I'm just screw this shit. So
I'm just
here it is.
to this one and not watch. But hey, to each their own. So yeah, I'll let you
But
continue.
yeah, that's my rating. That's my review. Go ahead, take it away there, Doppler.
Right, so I first heard of Hailstorm, God, probably, couldn't tell you exactly when, but it's been a long time.
Yeah.
At least 15 or so years.
Yeah.
And I'm literally one of those people that Frosty says he doesn't know anybody who everybody either loves him or hate him. I'm in the middle. They're like, I'm a huge fan of Lizzie Hale. I think when we did our top 5 female vocalists for correctly, I had her number 2. I think she has an incredible voice. Because she can do many different styles, and I think she sounds incredible. Always been a huge fan of her. Now the band Halestorm, I've liked a lot of what I've heard they've done in the past, but not enough to where I've ever gone through and listened to an album of theirs.
Yeah.
This was like the first Halestorm album I've listened to from, start to finish. And I've liked, like you mentioned, a collab with Daughtry. I've liked a lot of the collabs that she's done. Like, I love the one with The Who.
That was good. For the Mother's Day.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked the one that she did with Avatar. Well, the first time I listened to it, I didn't. But after, there was another one of those songs that grew on me.
Wait, what? She did collab with Avatar?
She did that one on their previous album. Yeah, she did. What was it? Something Violence.
Dude, that album was so immemorable for both of us. Like, or it was so mid that I forgot about it.
It was a middle of the road. I think I gave that album a 6 or 6.5 or something. But anyway, well, actually, we didn't rate it, but I probably would have given it something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, going to this album, I was pretty curious because, we had listened to 2 singles. I had really liked Darkness. Always Wins or whatever it was called. You did. I know Pincushion didn't, but I did. Everest, I wasn't a fan of. So I was like, all right, let's see how this album goes. Like, it was one of those that I was like, I didn't know how it was going to. Will you turn your brights off, person?
No.
But I wasn't sure how it was going to go. So,
what?
And I know I mentioned that to Pincushion, and Pincushion was like, I'm really curious about it because it could be one of these albums that there's a diamond in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so as for the album, I completely disagree with absolutely everything that Frosty said. I thought her voice sounded great on this album. I thought it fit the album and fit most of the songs. There was only one song on this album that I actually didn't care for, and it wasn't Everest. Going back and listening to this Everest again, I actually somewhat enjoyed it this time.
Wait. What was the one you didn't care for?
Fine. Everest, but the one on the album, it was Killing.
Okay.
Killing.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah. I didn't hate it.
But it was your least favorite.
It was my least favorite. Right.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed this album. Like, other than Killing, but even then I didn't hate it. It just was my least favorite. And to me, there was a hidden gem on this album, and it was the anti-dude song, Like a Woman Can. That song was fucking amazing.
I think that was one of the only songs on the album I could listen to.
I've probably listened to that song about 50 times since I've listened to the album. I ain't gonna lie. Even though it's kind of anti-dude in bed song. But it absolutely incredible song. Like I said, I liked her vocals in this song. She did quite a few different styles in this song, from soft to almost like where she in that all the way to bringing some rasp, and even to almost borderline, or you might even call them harsh vocals and like Watch Out. And
she did some screaming. I could hear it.
Yeah, especially in Watch Out. You know, like I absolutely love this album. Like he said, he couldn't stand me. I could see myself buying this album. It surprised the crap out of me because going in, I wasn't, like I said, I was curious, but I loved it. Like there were some songs that would start, I'm like, I don't know, but as it would go on, I would get into it and be loving it by the end of it, and yeah, I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed this album. It was my favorite of the three that we did, opposite of Frosty. Hence why I said I disagree with everything he says.
Wow.
Or he said. And I actually gave this album an 8.5.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
All righty.
Yeah.
I cannot do 10 minutes, so I will set my alarm for 13. Just in case. Or okay. I'm doing 13 because I'm like, how to do this, how to construct this. I've been thinking about how to construct this for a while, and it's rough. I've
Fun.
So I just discovered Halestorm. Don't remember when. All I remember is at some point I heard Love Bites and was hooked. The aggression, the rhythm, the catchiness, the groove, just every aspect of perfect fucking rock piece. And then some time flew by. And Lizzie had done some stuff here and there and just absolutely annihilated the majority of them male rock vocalists, male metal vocalists that are out there. She just said, hold my beer throughout from that point on. Just absolutely hold my beer syndrome. And she fucking nailed it every single time. Now, if we get to Everest, and let me start off by saying I have no fucking idea who the engineer was, and I have no idea what the fuck he has against about the rock and metal pieces on this, and every single fucking track on here that wasn't rock or metal, he did the vocals amazingly. He gets to the rock and metal ones, they are distant, they have like so much reverb on them, they sound distant as shit. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. Or he or she was thinking. I don't know. It sounded awful. And I'm going back and forth listening to these things. I'm like, why did they fucking do this to literally every rock piece on here? Fallen Star. Where is it? Yeah, Fallen Star. Rain Your Blood on Me. Gather the Lamb. Watch Out. Broken Doll. Killing. Just all the ones that were heavy, they completely fucked this thing up, and it sounds like a goddamn EP that came right after a demo back in 01. Why? Like it's shitty. The foundation was there. The fundamentals were there for a great fucking piece most of the time. And it was ruined. Like, what the fuck? The rest of this, Lizzie still holds an amazing vocal performance on damn near everything. Like a Woman Can. I listened to this and then read some of the comments. Of course, everyone talked about those shoulder pads that 80s called. They want their shoulder pads back. But everyone was talking about how mature she's gotten. I'm like, oh, so you mean how boring she's gotten with this? Okay, gotcha. Like, it wasn't boring in the sense of where it was lacking. It's just anytime someone gets away from rock or any kind of aggression, they call it maturing. I'm like, no, sorry, it's called being boring at that point. But she still had some seriously powerful vocals on there. Rain Your Blood on Me had the best vocals. I loved that fucking piece. But it would have been better if you had mixed the vocals correctly instead of just throwing a shitload of reverb on it and calling it a fucking day. Like, you didn't do anything with them. Like, it was atrocious. Again, you had some of your enlightenment pieces that I don't fucking care, dude. Just let it be for someone that's having a struggle, and if they are, and this piece helps them, more power to them. But I'm getting tired of these pieces. Watch out.
You always have hated those kind of pieces
because they're so goddamn sappy, and we're like, how many times have we heard this kind of thing on Sirius XM?
Oh yeah,
because that's what a lot of people take those emotions and put them into music. Every artist has done it.
I know, and I've just gotten so sick of it. It's like when people want to rhyme fire with desire. Like, how many times has this fucking been done? Watch out. Now that was interesting because instrumentally that reminded me of Kitty, and vocally, all of a sudden Lizzie unleashes her inner Manson. Like, where did that come from? That was cool. And Broken Doll felt like some old, it bordered along the lines of us, like in the style of Old 3 Days Grace to me. It was interesting.
Especially the second half.
Yeah, exactly. Now killing. You pull out some old school low tip there, Lizzie. Oh my god. That was cool.
I wonder if that's why I didn't care for it, because I never cared for O-Tip. Okay. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Now, there was some Rage Against the Machine in there, I did hear. I let my wife listen to it. Now, I let my wife listen to that one, and she's like, that reminds me of some of, like, a track or two that she had heard from, like, Rob Zombie. And she's heard Zombie more than I have, so, like, I can't attest to anything on there, but I can believe it. Huh. And then I went to do something on I Gave You Everything, and it just, I don't know how to go about that one. It was probably an emotional piece, but it was just,
it's very clear. It was for her. Like, you could tell that she apparently, which I don't follow her personal life, but it's pretty clear that she had a relationship that has fallen apart and left a really bad taste in her mouth.
Well, yeah, and that part's obvious, but as far as like, it was just a repetition consistently. Which typically I don't have an issue with, but this is just it just stagnated for me. Majority of all this on the album, I ultimately gave it like a 6.5. Like, there was so many opportunities for it to be stellar, but a lot of this album felt halfway done, or the effort wasn't really fully put in. Like, in this, it's not on Lizzie's part necessarily, like, because she's an amazing vocalist. However, the whole
kind of like a lot of your issues had to do with mixing and stuff too.
That was just on the heavy pieces.
Yeah, the production,
the composition in total, the composition, in comparison to what they were able to do with Love By. I'm not trying. I don't mean to try and keep going to that one, but that was one of the most comprehensive pieces that, in my understanding, that they have done. Love Bites had everything was cohesively put together, and everything just flowed beautifully. That's the flow of this album was so off for me that I couldn't give a higher. The way the engineer was like, yeah, I've heard alternative like rock 20 years ago. I'll mix it that way. It fell hard for me. And again, I hate to say it because it's like the fundamentals are there. It had a great foundation for being amazing, and it
rights.
they it's like on some of this they didn't practice enough, or they didn't not didn't practice enough, but they didn't put enough time in it to actually really make it great for me. Like, I listened to this album like 2 or 3 times trying to see where it'd flow, and I found more things that stood out that were just odd to me. So I could not give it any higher than 6.5. Like, the things that were great on it were amazing, but the things that where it fell hard, man, did they really split away? It's just, would I buy this
How
album?
was I far more harsh than you?
Huh?
How was I more harsh than you? I thought it was me
It's
thoroughly.
actually like a lot of time. There's been many times I've been more. It's
Hold up, you're glitching out like a motherfucker.
I don't know why I'm in a place that's yeah. You might want to cut that part out. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
You
Hello?
glitched out enough to where it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm near where that should be working well. I don't know why it's not.
Okay, well now it is, and now it's not.
Okay, good. So I was saying that it's of course. Oh Lord.
But yeah,
Can you hear me now?
sure.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Maybe it's because I listened to this album after I did Baby Metal.
That probably would have done it.
I did
Yeah.
too, actually.
Oh no, Baby Metal was the first one I listened to. I listened to this album last after Black
Oh,
Braid.
no. Did I? No, I might have actually listened to this one second, and I'm like, the hell is going on here?
Now this was your last one.
Yeah, this was my last album to listen to.
Yeah, no, it was yours too, Pincushion, because you had told me that you
Oh.
had done the Baby Metal and Black Braid already,
Oh,
but
yeah,
you hadn't
yeah.
done Hailstorm yet.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah.
So this was, which, funny enough, after listening to these albums, especially listening to like Baby Metal and Halestorm, I put on the last Cradle of Filth album as a palate cleanser for myself.
Mm.
Oh,
Now, I do want to point out
That
that
was a really good album.
oh, fucking amazing. Okay, what?
Mhm.
I do really want to point out that I have nothing wrong against Lizzie's vocals herself. Like, I think she's an amazing singer. Shut up. I like her. I like her sound when she sings. It just does not work for me in Hailstorm at all.
You would have to listen to
Like-
older Hailstorm material for it to work, because
I have heard older Hailstorm, and it worked better then than it does now. I'll definitely give you that. But it's Hailstorm's probably the second band for me that I just cannot get behind. Strictly because of, like, the sound versus the lyrics or the vocals or whatever. Just like Five Finger Death Punches for me. That's the number one I will
we're not
refuse
going to get
to
into
listen
that. We're not
to.
going to get into that.
Yeah, we can go all day on that.
No, good lord, we could.
Lord.
Oh my god, you don't want to hear me rant about it. I get so irritated.
All I'm going to say is let's go listen to Old School Motor Grader and forget this ever happened.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. I miss Ivan Moody Motor Grader. But anywho,
Anyways, guys,
But anyway,
we hope you mostly enjoyed this. We hope you mostly enjoyed it.
come
But
fight my fat ass in the comments.
yeah,
yeah,
attack
I'll
him.
take it.
Please send your hate mail to Frosty at Heavy Metal. All right.
Actually, I was gonna say actually my email is.
You ain't saying that shit on there.
Oh boy.
We'll make a burner. And we'll never check it. Just let everyone get their hate mail out. Anyways,
Yeah.
guys, we're really glad you could be here, and we do hope you enjoyed what you heard. And for those of you that hated it, fight us in the comments. And until next time, keep rolling heavy.